So on today's live stream, we want to talk about a very interesting yet pressing topic, right? We want to look at the psychology of mother-in-law. Mother-in-laws out there, what do they think? What's their mind like? What's their expectation like? Okay. Yeah, I've been in a church service one of those days, and I've heard this a couple of times where people pray, "Oh God, let my mother-in-law, God, just deliver me from the hands of my mother-in-law. God this, God that, my mother-in-law this, my mother-in-law that." If you are someone who is conversant with marital issues, most fears of every woman, the greatest fear of most women are actually related with mother-in-laws. And some persons, the reason why they don't choose to settle down with some guys, not as though they don't love the guy, but because of the perceived uh, threats that they feel that the mother-in-law may pose over their home. All right. Some persons will be looking at how the guy they are dating is relating with their mother, and then they could use it as a yardstick to measure if there's possibility for that mother to be a good mother-in-law or not, right? But on this live stream, we are going to consider those things that every daughter-in-law, everyone that is intending to get married today, they should actually consider. They should actually try to put things together to ensure that the negative side of mother-in-law do not become a challenge to them, right? That's what our today's topic is going to be centered on. So when you have any contribution to make, yeah, you can actually do so, all right? We're going to consider 13 different things that every daughter-in-law, whether you're about to get married or you are already married, you should start considering, right? Now, who is a mother-in-law? A mother-in-law is simply one whose son is married to another lady. That's a mother-in-law. A mother-in-law is someone whose son is legally married to someone's daughter. That's a mother-in-law, right? So, the fact that your son has put someone under his roof and is taking responsibility for that person, you, as the mother of that child, you automatically have become a mother-in-law. Because different places practice marriage in different forms, right? Now, many people, the first complaint, the first fears they have is if they will be accepted into the homes of which they are married into. Both guys are also in that position where they are scared if their mother-in-law is going to turn out to be a good mother-in-law or a bad one. Even ladies are the worst. Most of them, they are scared if their mother-in-law is going to turn out as one of the best mother-in-law or not. So what are those things? There's this thing you need to know is that women naturally are nurturers, right? So they tend to be this bond that have been built over the years between the child and the mother, of which it's not easy to break it. It's not easy at all to break it. Mother-in-law, those mothers over the years have taken care of these children from day one. Days they were hungry, they were there. Days they were sick, they were there. Days things looks like it was not going well, those mothers were there. So someone who has been in the entire picture of this guy's life, it's not easy for you to come in and one day you want to break everything between them. Also know that children from inception, they tend to look at the first persons they meet as their role model. So what do you expect? The mother has now become the first role model he has as to who a mother should look like, as to who a woman should behave like, as to who a woman should act like. So he has already built this perception as all women. That's why if you're in a relationship with a guy, you'll be citing, but my mother do not react this way to my dad. My mother always do this way. When my dad say this, my mother acts this way. That shows you that every child, they believe that every woman they meet should act like their mother, should think like their mother. Sorry. Everything should just be like their mother. And that's why when their wife are not toiling towards that direction, they are not moving towards that direction, there starts to be friction. in that relationship, in that home. So the guy himself, also because of this bond he has built, there is this strong trust that the mother cannot lie to him, that the mother, whatever the mother is doing, is for his own best interest. So that's why you, as a visitor, know that for some men, let's say the man got married to you, he was at his age 40. Now, this is good, solid 40 years that this man have built a relationship with the mother. And you, he is just meeting you for just the first 2 years, or just the first 3 months, or you are just married for the first year. You don't expect a 40 years relationship to just be override, to just be pushed one corner. To just be pushed one corner for just a 1 year relationship, or just a 2 years marriage. No, it may not turn out to be that way. So what are those possible things that every daughter-in-law should know and they should avoid, so that their home will be one of the best, one of the peaceful home? The first one is competing for their son's attention. Every mother-in-law has this thought, this psychology, that any woman that comes to the life of their son is coming to compete for their, it's coming to make them look like they are competing for the son's attention. That's the picture they look at it. That every woman that comes to the life of their children, it's a potential competitor towards their son's attention. And so they want to do just anything to maintain that their role. They want to do everything possible to ensure that the attention their sons were given to them is not stolen from them. You get? So why is that so? Mothers-in-law may feel displaced emotionally when their son shifts focus to his wife. A mother feeling hurt when his son now calls his wife first with good news. So maybe the son had something that have happened that is like a good news, something impressive. And then the first person he's calling is the wife. Before the mother will now find out, the wife have already gotten to know. Most mother-in-laws will become jealous. They'll start feeling that someone is taking their own position, their attention that they would have gotten, right? So it is important that as a prospective daughter-in-law, as a lady, you should acknowledge the role of mothers. That all mothers, just like those mothers are women, women naturally likes attention. So that immediately means that all mothers will be craving for attention. Just the way you as the woman, you want attention, that mother-in-law too wants attention. So therefore, if you are coming into the life of her son, you should respect that her position, that she too is also enjoying that attention, okay? And include her in every important moment in the family, just to avoid issues. Just to avoid issues. Include her, carry her along as a daughter-in-law. The next thing is that most mother-in-law, they don't like it when you disregard their family tradition. Know that this child growing up, he grew up from a particular tradition, right? So they want their son to continuously keep to those traditional practices. Maybe a family lifestyle, they want their son to always keep to it. So what happens if you, as the daughter-in-law, comes in and then the son is no longer doing those things they will want him to do? He's no longer practicing those things that were their own core tradition. You are already setting out yourself to look like an enemy to that mother-in-law. That's what it automatically translates to. And so therefore, what then? What then should you do? A moment, please. A moment. So, what are we saying? Those things you know that the family, they cherish a lot. They don't joke with. Don't play down on it. Don't play down on anything that's a tradition to that family. Thank you everyone for connecting. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for liking the live stream. If you're just connecting, I can see all of us. I really appreciate having every one of us here. And if this is your first time, you can do well to click the subscribe button. Please do well to like the live stream, okay? Thank you so much. So we say mother-in-laws may feel we say that traditions give identity normally to every family, and ignoring them will make you feel like you're disrespecting those traditions. So, for instance, a daughter-in-law who is not participating in the cultural rites or is questioning the religious practices of the, the mother-in-law, the mother-in-law will not feel comfortable. That's why some people, to avoid this, they say marry someone that's from the same tradition with you, the same religion with you, so that some of these frictions will be handled. So that's another way to avoid this. A moment, okay. So what are we saying? You should show interest on their tradition. You should try to practice their tradition. Anyone that's not clear to you, ask questions. Ask questions about them. Let them try to explain things for you so that you don't find yourself violating their traditional practices or what is their family way of doing things. Okay? So these are some of the things that most daughter-in-laws, you that is a lady, you are planning on getting married tomorrow, should learn. The third thing that runs through the psychology of a mother-in-law is that if you come to the life of their son, they see you like acting like the queen of the home. They'll automatically see you like you are the next queen. You know, as I said in one of my live stream, that women naturally, they want to be treated like queens. They want to feel like queen. So if women want to feel like queen, your mother-in-law also is a queen. And so therefore, if another person is coming, another lady, she feels that that position is being threatened. That is what she feels. And so therefore, many mother-in-law will feel attached to how things were run in their son's home growing up. So changing this or your presence look like you are changing the entire things. All right. So what should you do to ease this change? Ask your mother-in-law's input in some of the decisions, so that it not look like you have become the new central of everything. So sometimes in some decisions, try to carry your mother-in-law along so that she will not feel that she's being left out in some vital decisions. You know that most of these mothers, even when their child is even up to the age of 30 something, late 30s, for the fact they have not gotten married, they'll still be regulating their son's life. They still want to know, did you go to work today? What time did you return? Why did you call me? When did you call me last? Why is it that this and this and this and this? They want to also be checkmating most of those things. So as a lady, if you are coming into the guy's life, some of these little things are still going on. So you must be wise enough to know how to carry your mother-in-law alongside in some of these key decisions, moments where key decisions are to be made. All right. So that will take us to the fourth one, which is, as the mother-in-law will feel you are excluding her from grandchildren's life for some of the kids. Now, there are instances where you got married to the lady, and then you people had to leave maybe another country, another continent, another state, another village away from where your parents are staying. Some of the mother-in-laws, if you don't go frequently to go and visit them, they might feel that you are trying to detach their son from them. That is what they automatically feel. They feel you want to take away their sons, you want to steal the son away from them. And how then should you be able to manage this very situation, right? You should try from time to time to invite your mother-in-laws to the house, or you, on the other end, can visit them from time to time. So that that bond, it's not look like you want to suddenly cut off all ties, all bond between the mother and the son. That's another thing that most ladies should know about their mother-in-laws, right? That will take us to the fifth point. Now, speaking to your mother-in-law, it may look, as in some issues, it may look like you are speaking disrespectfully. And when the son also is doing something wrong, and then you are trying to counter the son in their presence, it may look like you are ruling the home. It may look like the son is under your command. You are rather the one that is in authority. That's how some of them feel. It is just something that is actually natural with mother-in-laws. When you are, maybe your husband did something wrong, you are trying to correct them. Possibly your mother-in-law is around, is just by the corner. She will feel that you are the one taking authority. So how do you handle this as a lady so that you will not find yourself? Hi, Spider Monkey. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much. Please do well to like the live stream. Just click the like button. Please, for every one of us that are just connecting, click the like button, okay? Just click the like button. If you are here to subscribe, please do well to click the subscribe button. I can see a couple of us here. I really appreciate having us here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Help me to click the like button. Help me to click the like button, okay? So, what should you do? Now, if you are someone that used to complain about things, about their son in the presence of their mother, please try to curtail it. Thank you everyone for connecting. Please let me know how you spent your day. How was your day? And also, if you are here to like the live stream, please just click the like button, okay? So try to avoid talking to your husband in the presence of their mother. You can call your husband aside. You can talk with him in the private. If it's something that it needs immediate correction, you can constructively know how you put your words so that it does not look as though you are controlling the son. They will not feel comfortable about that, especially in the African settings. Most mother would not feel comfortable with that, okay? So that will take us to the sixth thing as a daughter-in-law you should know, that if you are going into a new home. The sixth one is that most mother-in-law feel you are competing for authority in the home. So when conflict arises, when roles are blurred, especially in multi-generational homes. Now imagine a family that they'll have uncles staying in the same compound or staying close by. They believe in auntie, all those multi-generational kind of tie where they believe in uncle, auntie, and things like that. And then you are coming from a home that maybe you people were just father, son, kind of family, father, son, daughter, and things like that, in the form of nuclear family. You may find it a bit discomforting. Yeah, thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much for having me here, ma. So you may feel somehow discomforting to fit into that kind of family, especially when your own family, it was all about the mother, the father, the children. And then you are now going into a home that believe in uncle, auntie, this, cousin, this and that. So in that moment, when you want to carry out some of the roles, you must see how to consult them. For instance, when it has to do with major life decisions in their children, such as marriage, such as burial, and the rest, you cannot just take decision on your own. You need to consult their decision. You need to know their choice, what they wish. If not, you have to make an explanation you did not plan for. That is it about most mother-in-laws. So they feel you are actually competing for authority in the home. The next one is that you are trying to change her son too much. Know that most of these mother-in-laws, right, their children, there's a way they may have been behaving that makes it unique to them, that they appreciate it. Whenever they see this character, they feel, oh, the son is around. Or maybe the son is someone that used to give the mother things. That used to give the mother a lot of things. Will buy things, will and visit. Whenever he's visiting, he will stock the boots and things like that. Then all of a sudden, the son decides to visit. Now, genuinely, there is nothing at home, but so that it will not be like the son has stayed for so long, or maybe things are not going as planned, or maybe because of family needs, the children's school fee, the children's health, and things like that. The son now decide, okay, let me go and visit my mother, and then let me just get anything instead of just waiting for when it is convenient. If the son do it first time, do it second time, it will get to a point where the mother-in-law will feel like, it's like why my son have reduced what he used to give to me is because of this new woman. That is what will immediately play in the mind of some of these mother-in-law. So they will feel you are beginning to change their son. That is what most of them will feel. So you feel that identity that they know their son for, you are starting to change it to something else they are not comfortable with. And so, what should you do in this instance? You have to gradually see how to change some things that you know you are not comfortable with. It must not be instantly that everything should change. All right? So you need to take it gradually. You need to take it patiently with them. That's one of the strategy to handle some of, especially this aspect that they feel you are changing the sun. It's something that will go gradually and not something that will go all of a sudden. That will take us to the next point. Now, some of the mother-in-law, excuse me, some of the mother-in-law will feel that if maybe they give an opinion and then you now do something differently or slightly differently, and possibly the thing did not go as you planned, they will feel that you have started ignoring their advice. You are not valuing their wisdom, their advice, their counsel to you. That you feel that they are not mature enough to give you suggestion. That's how some of them will start feeling. So in such instance, how do you handle it? Because some of them will start feeling that you feel that they are old fashioned. So, for instance, maybe they have a particular way when a new child is giving birth to, how they used to attend to the child. When, let's say, they need to do a naming ceremony and different things. There are places that I've heard of that if they give birth to a child, there are some traditional rites that they need to do. They will take the child to the riverside. I heard such kind of story that they'll take the child to the riverside. The child will be there for like, I think, 6 weeks or something like that. So that when the child grew up, whenever the child is confronted with a river or anything is happening, the water will never carry the child. The child will know how to swim. I've heard of tradition like that. So if you are a mother, you may see those kind of advice as not making sense to you. You may not want to expose your child up to that extent. So most of them now, sorry please, most of them, a moment please. So most of them, they will feel like, you are no longer valuing their own suggestion. You feel their suggestion is just so out of school. You are showing over sabi. You are showing that you know everything, you over know everything more than them. So how do you handle such kind of scenario? So you have to listen when they are talking, appreciate their suggestion, and apply their advice, the ones that are useful. Advise then, take that advice or apply those things with wisdom. It's not everything that you must actually adhere to. Now, even when they are giving little advice, try to show them that you really appreciate the advice. But when you are actually applying them, apply them with wisdom. It's not everything because you just want to please your mother-in-law that you must just go and suddenly carry out. Okay? Now take us to the ninth one, which have to do with competing. Some mother-in-law will feel you are competing over domestic skills. That's how some mother-in-law will feel. So how do you handle this particular one? Some mother-in-law, they have this mindset that they are the only ones that know how to cook the food the child like. They know how to prepare the food the way the favorite food, the way the child wants it. They know how to arrange the home the way the child wants it. That the child is not grown up enough to wash his clothes very well. That they know how to do the things the child will want and things like that. Most mother-in-law have those tendencies. And so, as a daughter-in-law that is coming in, even when you want things to change, you want her to leave some of those roles. You take it gradually. It must not be something that will be done aggressively. All right? you take it gradually. So you give them credit for every little effort they are doing. Excuse please. So you give them credit for each little thing that they do. If they cook, appreciate the food that they are prepared. But at the same time, you try to be the major one that is taking those major responsibility for the house chores. Because there's a way you want to relegate the responsibility to them. Tomorrow they will start saying that this your wife is a lazy type. She cannot just do anything at all. So it must be something that you cooperate alongside with her. You can even appreciate her and say, Mama, I would like you to teach me the way your son used to like so and so thing. If it is food, the way your son used to like his food to be prepared and things like that. That will show them that you are really valuing their opinion, their idea, that everything you are doing, you are totally towards their own suggestion. Whereas you are doing it so that you will take off that responsibility from her so that she can give your home some space. Now that will take us to the 10th one. Some mother-in-law, when you are someone that they perceive that you can easily share things outside, they'll feel like you are oversharing private matters. So some of them will not want you to share what is personal about the family with outsiders. So what are we saying in essence? How do you handle this one? You will ensure that in everything that you are doing, if there are issues at home, you need to know who and where you are sharing these things. And don't forget, human beings are funny. You may not know the type of ear that is listening to you. So it's not everything you must be sharing outside. You must selectively know what you tell outsiders. That is the truth about it. So that you not give outsider information that will tear your home apart. Right? That will take us to the 11th thing we need to know. Every daughter-in-law, they need to know, which is acting superior. Some mother-in-law feel that you're acting superior. In what sense? For instance, if you are educated, well-read, well-studied, you have different credentials and things like that, and say maybe in terms of class, you are from a wealthy home, or you are from a home that is less economically to them, or you are from a background that is a bit advanced or exposed to things. If you overtake some decisions, if you don't give them room to also make contribution, they'll feel it is because you are more exposed to them. You are challenging them, you are showing them that they are not wise, they are not knowledgeable enough. A moment, please. Sorry, please. I would say how to wrap up almost immediately. Um, all right, so that will take us to the 12th point, which is that some mother-in-law will feel you're isolating her son from the family. I've already emphasized this earlier. That from time to time, you don't need to. There are some son that they can be so busy with work and things like that, and then they don't have time to visit home. And even when the mother is around, they may not even have time to be there with the mother. If you are a daughter in that position, please don't wait till the day your mother-in-law will complain. So from time to time, you must try to ensure your husband visits the house. And then at the same time, don't just allow him go alone. Ensure that you go along with him. Because there's a traveling the son will go home, and then the mother-in-law may perceive that possibly you, as the daughter-in-law, you do not like her. That's why he did not follow her son to come and visit her. So, and from time to time, ensure she also visit. And it should be a both way side. So it should not be only one parent should be having all these privileges. So both parents should have the same privileges, okay? That will take us to the 13th point, which is some of them feel that you are refusing to acknowledge her role as a mother. Every mother wants to feel seen and appreciated. They want to see you as their daughter. They want to see you like someone they can give birth to. So they don't want it to be like someone that is at the same level with them, competing with things with them. So you have to know how to skillfully make them know that you are really appreciating that role as a mother to them. All right. I think with this, I think with this, it have really covered a moment. Sorry, please. Oh, it's just well this evening. I am almost wrapping up already, so let me see how to wrap up at this point. Um, from this 13th point, we are saying that you should see how to be acknowledging your mother-in-law roles and so on. I would like to end with this one as a bonus for those that watch or that are on this live stream up until this point, which is that say the siblings had misunderstanding and then they came and reported to you. Please don't track one sibling as against another. Backfire on you as a daughter-in-law. It will actually backfire. It's actually going to backfire on you. So how do you handle such scenario? Try to encourage your husband. See that your husband try to resolve things. Try to resolve rough edges with his siblings. So that tomorrow you will not become the object of offense, the one that will see like is the cause of the misunderstanding between the siblings. Don't support your husband to do away with his own siblings, because tomorrow it is you, the daughter-in-law, that will backfire. Don't side him to fight the siblings. Don't give him points to fight the siblings. So I think this, if you put these 13 things in practice, you're actually going to have a smooth and a beautiful home. So if you have any other thing for those of us who are connecting, you want to add, or if you are watching the rebroadcast of this live stream, let us know other points you want to add that can make a daughter-in-law have a sweet and smooth home. I think at this point, I want to entertain either one question if there is, but if there's none, in the next 1 minute we'll be wrapping up. So is there any question at all? If you're just connecting for the first time, please do well to like the live stream, okay? Do well to click that like button. Do well to click the like button, okay? If you have not subscribed, click the subscribe button. Just check below, you see the place to like the live stream, okay? If you have any question, please, you can ask the question. If you have any contribution, any suggestion to add, you can do so. All right, let's believe that in the absence of any, we'll have to stop at this point. Thank you so much. Hoping to see us tomorrow by God's grace. I believe that everything being equal, we should have a lively section, okay? So as I have earlier said in one of my live streams, you are going to be getting beautiful content as it concerns marriage, love, relationship, family, and the rest, okay? As well as you'll be getting updates on what is trending around the world. You get updates on health, on business, lifestyle. You get also updates as relates with motivation and then spiritual growth from time to time. I look forward to that moment where this particular channel becomes your most favorite click. But for now, stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Cheers.